Morning students, welcome to the social science class. So students, we are currently doing the chapter Civilizing the Native and Educating the Nation, the 8th chapter from your history textbook. So students, yesterday in the live class we discussed about how some British officials, they openly and strongly criticized Orientalism, the tradition of teaching the ancient Indian culture and the tradition of learning about the ancient Indian text. So the prominent Britishers who went on to criticize Orientalism were James Mill and Thomas B. Macaulay, right? So they said that Indian education was practically of no use. It was unscientific, illogical, light-hearted, isn't it? According to them, the people of India should be made familiar with the advances in the science and technology which have been taking place in their country, in the West. And they believed that it would be simply a waste of money to teach them about the ancient literature. So they believed that learning of literature and poetry, it was useless. The people of India should be taught about the culture of the West, the scientific knowledge of the West. Alright. So today students, in that context, we will discuss about how the Britishers went on to introduce a new education system in India, keeping in mind the criticisms which were put forward against the Orientalism tradition of education. Alright. So students, today we will discuss about the topic education for commerce, and our learning outcome will be, at the end of today's class, you all will be able to point out the differences between Oriental learning and European learning. Alright. Oriental learning means learning of our past. European learning means English education. So students, we all know that the system of Oriental education, it was criticized by James Mill and Macaulay, Thomas B. Macaulay. So keeping in mind all the points, in 1854, the Court of Directors of the East India Company, they sent an educational dispatch. Dispatch means one suggestion to reform the system of education, to bring changes in the system of education. And this dispatch, it was sent to the Governor General of India. Okay. And this dispatch, it was issued by Charles Wood, who was the president of the Board of Control of the company. Alright. And therefore, since it was issued by Charles Wood, it came to be known as Wood's Dispatch. Okay. So now coming to the practical benefits of the Wood's Dispatch. So students, according to the British officials, or according to Charles Wood, one of the practical benefit of the Wood's Dispatch, it was economic. Economic means related to money. Okay. So the Britishers, they believed that the Indian people should realize about the importance of trade and commerce. Trade and commerce means buying and selling of goods between one country, between more than one country. Okay. So buying and selling of goods, that is trade and commerce. They believe that Indian people should be made familiar, or they should realize the importance of trade and commerce, because if there is trade and commerce, the countries will develop. Not only the countries, the resources of the countries will also develop. Okay. The second argument which was given by the dispatch was that it would draw the native Indian people towards the European way of life. That means it will attract the Indian people towards the Western culture. Indian people will start developing an interest towards the Western culture. So what will happen? If they'll start appreciating the Western culture, they will prefer buying the Western goods, Western items, Western things, isn't it? So this will create a demand for the Western goods. So they started thinking about their profit. So they believed that the Indian people should be drawn towards the European way of life. This will bring them more profit, because the demand for European items, European things will increase. This was the second benefit of the Wood's Dispatch. Okay. Then students, Macaulay, he even emphasized that European learning would help in shaping the moral character of the Indian people. Indian people lacked morality, according to him. So he believed that if Indian people are given European education, they would become truthful and honest. And this will help the British. Why? Because they needed honest, truthful and loyal civil servants to work for them. Okay? Civil servants means the officers who work in the administrative departments. So they wanted the Indian people to become truthful and loyal so that they will work for them truthfully. Okay? So they wanted civil servants for their own benefit. Then next point. According to the Britishers, our literature, that is the literature of the East, it was full of errors, grave errors. Okay? They believed that it could not instill in the Indian people a sense of duty and commitment to work. That means if the Indian people continue learning the Eastern literature, they won't develop a sense of duty and they won't develop a commitment to work. So therefore they should be taught about European education, because European education would help them develop this sense of duty and commitment to work. Otherwise the Indian people will never be able to develop the skills which are required for effective administration. This was another point which was given by the Britishers. Alright. So students, now coming to the recommendations which were made by the Wood's Dispatch. So the first recommendation was that various educational departments were to be set up in the various provinces, the 5 provinces basically, Bengal, Bombay, Madras, then Punjab and the northwestern provinces. Okay. Then students, the second recommendation or suggestion which was made was to establish universities, okay, in the 3 presidencies, Bombay, Madras and Calcutta. Okay. Then the dispatch also recommended teaching of language. They believe that all the languages should be taught, but English should be the medium of instruction. Okay. Then they also focused on women's education, and various institutions were set up to provide education to the women. Okay. Then they also emphasized on the importance of professional education, education related to different occupations, then medical, engineering, law, etc. Okay, and for that various professional institutes were also set up. Okay. And students, teachers training institutes were set up to train the teachers, to make them experts in the field of teaching. Okay. And a few other guidelines related to the system of education were also issued, and schools were required to follow those guidelines. And those schools which followed such guidelines, they were given monetary help by the government, financial help by the British government. Okay. So students, these are the keywords which I have learned today. Wood's Dispatch first, second commerce, means the buying and selling of goods, the trade which takes place between countries, and civil servant means the administrative officers. Okay. These are your homework questions. One of the practical uses the dispatch pointed to was economic, that trade and commerce thing. Okay. So they believed, the dispatch believed that Indian people should realize the importance of the flow of trade and commerce between countries, because it could lead to the development of the country and the development of the resources. Alright, you frame the answer according to your own way. Second question, Wood's Dispatch also argued that European learning would improve the moral character of Indians. How? Give reason. Because they believe that Indian people would become truthful and honest if they learn the European education, if they get the European education, and this will help them to become loyal and truthful civil services and civil servants, and the Britishers would profit from such Indians. All right. Also students, you need to do question number 3 from your exercise. Okay. Do the homework and submit today itself in your Google Classroom. All right. Thank you so much. See you all in the next class. Have a nice day.